Well, good evening. Hasn't it been a warm day? Very warm. In fact, it's so warm that it's a good job we're not on smelly vision. Again, thanks all for playing. I went on there. You could be sat out in the garden with a beer. Maybe you are sat out in the garden with a beer. Because you can play using your mobile device or tablet over Wi-Fi. Or you could just be having a barbecue and thanking God that it's got cooler. Yes, it's certainly not cooler in here. We have got the door open, which does help a little bit, but it's most definitely not cooler. Not yet.
Well, probably is.
Okay, as always, if you'd like to let us know you're playing, you can join, if you haven't already, our Facebook group. The link to it's down in the description down there. And I think I put it in the comments, which will be on this side if you're looking on a desktop or laptop. The prize again is 4 pints of beer, 2 from the Beer Shack and 2 from the Byron's Rest, both in Hucknall. You have to be over 18 to claim the prize. You can't be under 18, or you can't claim it on behalf of anybody under 18. And also you have to be able to get to Hucknall to claim it too. Otherwise, just play for fun. We have quite a lot of people playing for fun, and we have quite a few entering for the beer as well. Of course, the pubs are going to be opening again soon. That's a week on Friday, I think, which is the 4th of July, the Saturday. That is the day after the next food bank collection, which is on the 3rd of July, the Friday. Of course, if you're leaving food out for the food bank, let them know on the email address, which I will put up at some point during the quiz. And we'll get stuck in. Today, we are going to start with question number 10. This has happened before, so you probably know what's coming. Question number 10, the first letter of each of the answers for questions 1 to 9, if you put them together, they spell out the name of a famous poet. For question 10, we just want to know the name of the poet. It might help you with your answers, which is why I've read it out first. So, question number 10, the first letter of each of the answers for the first 9 questions spells out the name of a famous poet. That's there to help you. And we'll move down to question number 1.
Darren says no mama a kiss.
Hey up, Mama. Okay, question number 1. Whereabouts on a cricket are its ears located? That's a cricket, the insect, not the game. That'd be daft. So question number 1. Whereabouts on a cricket are its ears located? Different insects have different ears on all different parts of the bodies. Some are totally deaf.
What?
It's just an evolution thing. Something to do with the various joints where they connect to whatever brain-like thing that the creature has. Ooh, I forgot to give Matt his boot. I'll have to take it round, won't I? I've got my boot. Matt, your boot is still here. I'll bring it round. You'll have to remind me, because I forget things.
Yeah, you do. Did you forget you were going to give me 50 quid?
Yes. Okay, question number 2. World famous for rising from the floor in Blackpool Tower's ballroom, the Wurlitzer is what kind of musical instrument? Wurlitzer are known to make other musical instruments. We're wanting to find the one which is located in the ballroom of Blackpool Tower. Saw a foot appear there. So question number 2. World famous for rising from the floor in Blackpool Towers Ballroom, the Wurlitzer is what kind of musical instrument? Question number 3. Japanese sake is an alcoholic beverage made by fermenting what? Question number 3. Japanese sake is an alcoholic beverage made by fermenting what? Question number 4. This one's a little more tricky. The Andalusian Cordobesa can grow up to 16 hands high. That's as high as a racehorse. It is a southern Spanish giant breed of what animal? So the southern Spanish giant Andalusian Cordobesa, which can grow up to 16 hands high, what kind of animal is it? Obviously it's not a horse because I've mentioned horse in the question. Question number 4. The Andalusian Cordobesa can grow up to 16 hands high. That's as high as a racehorse. It is a southern Spanish giant breed of what animal? I think there's only about 400 of them left. Question number 5. Which ology is the study of life and all living things? Question number 5. Which ology is the study of life and all living things? Question number 6. In genetics, only the male genome contains which chromosome? Is that X or is it Y? I wasn't going to leave that one open-ended. So question number 6. In genetics, only the male genome contains which chromosome? Is it X or is it Y? They're called X and Y because one looks like an X and one kind of looks like a Y. Can't do it with fingers. But one of them is only found in males. Which one is it, X or Y? Question number 7. Which Attenborough starred in Steven Spielberg's Jurassic Park? If you're waiting for options, there aren't any. That would be too easy. Question number 7. Which Attenborough starred in Steven Spielberg's Jurassic Park? Question number 8. In 1941, the film Citizen Kane was co-wrote, produced, directed by, and starred who? Rosebud. So question number 8. In 1941, the film Citizens... I'll start that again. In 1941, the film Citizen Kane was co-wrote, produced, directed by, and starred who? It's a good film. I think it's been voted the best film of all time, so it's not obscure by any means. Some rich bloke dies, and the last words he says are Rosebud. And the film is all about finding out what Rosebud is. I think it was a sledge. Question number 9. Which is the 8th planet from the Sun? Question number 9. Which is the 8th planet from the Sun? You can always call it the furthest planet from the Sun now that Pluto has been demoted. Poor Pluto. Finally for this round, question number 10. The first letter of each of the previous answers spells out which famous poet's name. So the first letter of each of the previous answers, 1 to 9, they spell out which famous poet's name. I was going to read it out then. Hopefully it helped you with the first 9 questions as you realised who it was. Round 2 today is entertainment. Well, I've called it entertainment, and that's pretty much what it is. So question number 11. Who is the current presenter of ITV's Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Question number 11. Who is the current presenter of ITV's Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Question number 12. How many Jumanji films are there with Jumanji in the title? Remember, the first one was with Robin Williams, I think, in about 1994. There's been others made, but how many? These are only the films with Jumanji in the title. There was a sci-fi one which was based on the same story. I don't know if it's any good or not. But we're only looking for Jumanji films with Jumanji in the title. Question number 13. Widow Twankey features in which popular pantomime? Usually on around Christmas. The question 13, Widow Twankey features in which popular pantomime? I'm sure when they made up that name they were thinking of ways how to get a certain four-letter word into the show. In fact, I remember doing the same thing as a student and thinking of the name for a radio show, and it was Swanky Radio. Question number 14. Gelf, or genetically engineered life forms, first appeared in which British comedy sci-fi? That's Gelf, G-E-L-F. Or genetically engineered life forms, first appeared in which British comedy sci-fi? Question number 15. According to Bob Dylan, what is the answer to the question? How many roads must a man walk down before you call him a man? So number 15. According to Bob Dylan, what is the answer to the question? How many roads must a man walk down before you call him a man? Question number 16. In what year was the Glastonbury Festival first held? I don't think it was called the Glastonbury Festival. I think it was called the Worthy Farm Pop Show or something like that. I can't remember. It was the Worthy Farm something or other. But in what year was it first held? Probably classed as the first ever Glastonbury Festival. And question number 16. In what year was the first Glastonbury Festival? Taking into account that it wasn't called Glastonbury Festival then. That could be a question for another quiz. Question number 17. What is currently number 1 in the UK album charts? Basically, what's the album called and who is it by? It is an individual rather than a band, so a bit of a clue. Question number 17. What is currently number 1 in the UK album charts? You'll know the answer to this one.
Okay.
Don't shout it out loud though, please.
Okay.
Tina, Louise, Linda, and Bob Belcher are all characters in which US animated sitcom?
That was his favourite programme.
I don't know if it's normal, but there's a certain 10-year-old here who's interested in it. Wouldn't exactly call it a child show. Doesn't seem too bad.
Well, yeah.
Question number 18. Tina, Louise, Linda, and Bob Belcher are all characters in which US animated sitcom? Tina, Louise, Linda, and Bob Belcher. Question number 19. What was the most watched event ever on British television? Question 19. What was the most watched event ever on British television?
I don't know.
Well, there's not a choice of many, I suppose.
Oh, yeah.
You think years ago, there was only a couple of channels, so different to how it is now. People watch online and on the radio and on internet things and streaming and stuff. And finally, for this round, question number 20. Who was Britain's first ever television weather presenter? So question number 20. Who was Britain's first ever television weather presenter?
Is that the first we talked about the other day?
Yes.
Really?
I'll give you a clue if it's any help. He started presenting at 7:55 p.m. on the 11th of January 1954. Unsurprisingly, that was on the BBC.
BBC was a thing then.
Yeah, I think BBC was the only channel around then. Not sure when ITV started. And maybe that can be another question one day.
So look it up.
Right, what I'm going to do now is go into the picture round. Here comes the picture round. Okay, see, there we go, I'm back. And today's picture round has a theme. It was suggested by Matt, who won the boot on Sunday. Remind me, I'll bring it round. And it is weather presenters. So on the screen you will see pictures of various weather presenters. They're not all from the same channel. If you look closely, somewhere around here, I've put their initials there, so it makes it a little bit easier.
No.
Otherwise it would be too difficult, I think.
The only one that I've recognised is that blonde-haired woman. I don't know what she's called.
Well, there you go. Some of these have been around for a long, long time.
Yeah, she's
So question number 21. Who is that weather presenter?
I don't know.
I can't remember his name.
It begins with an A. And again, they're in alphabetical order because that's just the way the files go, and it's a pain in the bum to change them. Right, question number 22. Who is that weather presenter? Again, the initials are on the screen there. If you look on the screen, it says live from Liverpool, and there's a little It looks like a map of the UK floating in the water there. That might help. So question number 22. Who is presenting the weather? If anybody gets that one, let me know, because I think that is bordering on impossible.
It's not. She's always on. If people watch This Morning.
Saying that, I don't watch This Morning. So.
Yeah, they'll know her because she does other things.
She does other things.
She's actually not a weather presenter.
No, that's why I said she's presenting the weather rather than she's a weather presenter.
Yeah. She does like phones and all sorts of.
Oh, she does appear on This Morning then.
Every day. Yeah.
It's not something I watch, so I wouldn't know that. Which is why I thought it was obscure.
No, people don't know.
Question number 23. Who is that weather presenter? Again.
Oh, that's the person who I was talking about.
The initials are here. Mr. Thomas fancies her.
No, I don't.
Well, they know you're not fancy.
I know her.
Oh, you know her, do
saying
you?
I fancy her. That's the only one that I recognise.
He's gone all red.
I haven't. It's gone all red.
You don't fancy anyone, don't you?
Well, just fancy her.
Okay, question number 23. Who is that weather presenter? And the same applies for question 24. Who is that weather presenter? I think he got fired at some point.
Really?
Can't remember why. Yeah.
Really?
Did he?
Yes, he made a political statement while presenting the weather, which was against all broadcasting rules, so he got the sack.
I don't know.
Him. Hey, whether he's been reinstated or not on it, I don't know. But anyway, what's his name? There's his initials. Might be easier for local people because, as you can see, that is the East Midlands there. Hang on. It did that on its own. Anyway, maybe it was telling me to move on. So question 25. Who is that one? Again, his initials are there. I am. He's done it again. Stop it. There we go.
You might have put it on time.
Anybody remember then when they had to? They had the stickers. If it was sunny, they'd stick a sun onto the weather map. If it was raining, they'd stick a cloud onto the weather map with little raindrops coming out. Moving on to question number 26. You probably got a glimpse of him a moment ago.
Oh, yeah.
There's his initials there. Who is he?
He's the start of that song, isn't it?
He is the start of the song. If anybody's singing that song about the weatherman, then the second person in the song is next. There he is. Who's that then? Yeah, see, there's his initials.
Oh, I know him.
And if you want another clue, look at this really low pressure area just here. What could be coming?
Ooh.
Question number 27. Who is that? Number 28. A little bit more recent. Once again, the initials are there. She has a weather-related name, actually.
Oh, yes, she does in the mornings at BBC now, doesn't she?
Sure.
Yeah, still, I think. And well, I suppose not doing the regional ones anymore, but yeah, she does.
So, question 28. Who is that weather presenter?
I feel sorry for somebody called Fastalk where she's playing this quiz because I don't think she would know any of the old ones. She brought up in Greece.
Ah. Number 29. Once again, she was on British television for a long time.
What's she doing now?
Retired, I think.
Yeah.
As far as I know. I mean, she might be doing other things, but she's not presenting the weather anymore.
No.
But again, her initials are just here. A bit of a help for you. Well, I did have a picture of George Cowling, but it seems to have gone. So instead, we've got him.
Oh, I saw his lockdown. Well, his lockdown look the other day. He looks totally different.
Quite big. Got a bit of a fringe going on.
He's got a very long second name.
Yes, he has. Yeah.
And I think it could be German or Austrian or. Yeah, I know what his name is, but I don't know if it's what nationality his surname is.
So finally for this round, question 30. Who is that weather presenter?
Nick is not impressed with your weather round. He doesn't like it. Matt's fault.
Yeah, it's Matt's fault. Right, I'm going to have a little break now. My boot's running a bit. Well, it's not totally empty, but it's getting there. Some of you might want to be wanting to get a refreshment or whatever. So, just going to put the details of the food bank on again. There we go. And I will remove myself and I'll come back shortly. Okay, I'm back. I've been asked to show some fan art, which is a request I've never thought I would have. So I'm probably never going to have it again, so I'll do it. There we go.
Quiz time.
It says quiz time.
It looks hideous.
Yes. There we go. Fan art, eh?
How scary it would be to see.
I'm just going to rewind the
Really
pictures
happy
and
face.
then I'll do the answers. Let's have a look. Of course, we are playing for the 4 pints of beer tonight. Obviously, when the pubs are open, we're not going to do that anymore. If anyone still wants to play the quiz, then they're welcome to. We'll keep doing it, maybe once a week rather than twice a week.
Well, everyone wants to do it. The online virtual quiz.
That's bloody hell.
But as long as people want to do it, then we'll keep doing it. But it might change to once a week rather than twice a week. Keep looking at the Facebook things, and of course I'll announce it on here as well. Because the situation's quite dynamic at the moment. It could change at any time.
Can Lisa have number 19 again, please?
Lisa can have number 19 again, yes. Where's number 19? Okay, Lisa. Number 19 was, what was the most watched event ever on British television? It was an event rather than just a show kind of thing. What was the most watched event ever on British television? I'll give you a moment to do that while I rewound the pictures. I've got to turn back the pages now. So all these things are handwritten. We've got booklets and bits of paper and all sorts. I think I'll put all of these questions all together and stick them online or something. How much detail will go into that depends on how bothered I can be. It might just be a list, or it might be separated into rounds. Then anyone can play again.
I know what you could do. You could write a Word document and then have that.
A PowerPoint?
Yeah, a PowerPoint or something like that.
There was more in there than I expected, but I still haven't spilled any.
Woo!
I have small boot replenishment, please.
Yeah.
Thank you. Of course, Matt, you've got a boot. I'll get it to you sometime. Well, I can't do it now, but let us. Remind me is the most important thing because I do forget.
There you go, dear. Boot your punishment.
Thank you. I don't want that much vodka though.
What would you like in your boot?
Beer, please.
Oh, well, water.
Right. Anyway, we'll get on with the answers.
Is it like you don't want any drinks that are actually good for you?
So we'll start at question number 10. At question number 10, the first letter of each of the first 9 answers spells out which famous poet's name. Well, that was Lord Byron. Lordbyron.
I thought he was like a king.
That might have helped you with the previous questions. I'm just going to turn the background noise down a little bit. So the answer to question number 10 was, it was Lord Byron. Hopefully you discovered that halfway through and it helps you with the other answers. Right, back to question number 1. Whereabouts on a cricket are its ears located? They're on its legs, just below the knees. So a cricket, it has its ears on its legs, which gives you the L. Question number 2, world famous for rising from the floor in Blackpool Tower's ballroom, the Wurlitzer is what kind of musical instrument? That's an organ, it gives you the letter O. Question 3, Japanese sake is an alcoholic beverage made by fermenting what? If you know this stuff, it's also called Japanese rice wine or something, isn't it? So that the answer to number 3 is rice, which gives you the letter R. Number 4, this is where the final question really might have helped you out. The Andalusian Corvadisa can grow up to 16 hands high. That's as high as a racehorse. It is a southern Spanish giant donkey. So the Andalusian Corvadisa is a donkey. That gives you the letter D, which spells Lord. Believe it or not. Number 5, which ology is the study of life and all living things? That is biology, for the B. In genetics, only the male genome contains which chromosome, X or Y? Well, if you'd have thought about it, it could never be the X, because where would that fit in? So it's got to be the Y. Question number 7, which Attenborough starred in Steven Spielberg's Jurassic Park? That was Richard Attenborough. Richard Attenborough.
Not David Attenborough.
No, David Attenborough is a wildlife person, yeah. Botanist, biologist, paleontologist. His skills are unprecedented, really. Question number 8. In 1941, the film Citizen Kane, that was co-wrote, produced, directed by, and starred Orson Welles. For the O. Question 9. Which is the 8th planet from the Sun? That's Neptune. Obviously, for question 10, put those letters together, they spell Lord Byron. I like doing them, they're interesting to write. Because you start with the word and then you have to find questions with the answers that fit the word. And you've also got to find something that's 9 letters long, so it ties in with question 10. Next, the entertainment round. Who is the current presenter of ITV's Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Well, that's Jeremy Clarkson. I won't try to impersonate him again. Question 12. There are 3 Jumanji films.
Jumanji, don't you?
Jumanji, yeah. The first one's called Jumanji. Second one is Jumanji Welcome to the Jungle. And the third is Jumanji The Next Level. I know this because we had an offer from our television provider to get one of them for free. I searched for it, I downloaded it, and it was the wrong one, so we ended up paying. On the plus side, we have now got all 3 to watch. Question number 13. Widow Twankey features in Aladdin. Number 14. The Gelf, or genetically engineered life form, that appeared on Red Dwarf. It's also been used since in other television programs, but it was first used on Red Dwarf. Why they didn't patent the term? Maybe they did and sold it, I don't know. A bit like droids. George Lucas, Star Wars, he's tried to patent the term droids. Whether it was successful or not, I don't know. And number 15, according to Bob Dylan, what is the answer to the question, how many roads must a man walk down before you call him a man? Well, the answer is blowing in the wind. Number 16, in what year was the Glastonbury Festival first held? That was 1970. It did not go by the name of the Glastonbury Festival. It was the Worthy Farm Pop Gathering or something daft like that, but that's when it started. Maybe another day we'll find out when it was first called the Glastonbury Festival.
Richard and David Attenborough are related to Yvonne, apparently.
Richard and David are related to Yvonne.
Her grandfather's brother and wife.
Number 17. what is currently #1 in the UK album charts. It is MTV Unplugged by Liam Gallagher. That was according to the chart thing that I looked at earlier. If it's totally wrong, then sorry, but from what I saw, it's right. Question number 18. Tina, Louise, Linda, and Bob Belcher are all characters in Bob's Burgers.
Yay!
And we have a fan here.
Oh, it's awful.
It's not
It
awful.
is awful.
It's bearable. It's better
It's
than
not.
Peppa Pig, I suppose.
No, it's not.
Saying that, you can lie on the
It's not as
sofa
bad
with a
as Family
hangover with
Guy.
Peppa Pig on and it not bother you, but that thing. Number 19. What was the most watched event ever on British television? Well, it happened in 1966 and it was the World Cup final. Finally, question number 20. Well done, anybody who got this. Who was Britain's first ever TV weather presenter? That was George Cowling. He first did it at 7:55 on the 11th of January in 1954. I think he was a qualified meteorologist rather than a qualified TV presenter, so to speak. Going to move on to the pictures now. A bit more beer.
I'll watch it.
I'll just find the pictures. Okay, we've got the sound back.
Darren reckons it's Rough and Rowdy Ways by Bob Dylan. I don't know if that's something you know.
Okay, who's that? The first one, again, the initials are up here. That's Alex Deakin. Alex Deakin. Second one, this was for a 30th anniversary of Good Morning. Is it called Good Morning? This morning?
This morning.
Yes. So it was.
She's not a weather presenter.
No, she's not a weather presenter, but she did it on this occasion for a special one-off for the 30th anniversary of This Morning, and that is Alison Hammond. The reason I've put her there is because I was looking for whoever came after Fred. Of course, we couldn't use him, and it turns out there wasn't anybody. It was just him. So Alison Hammond did the 30th birthday special back from Albert Dock, and she knocked one of her crew into the water while she was filming it. You can see it on the YouTube. It was live on the television.
On the YouTube. Sound really old. On the
Yeah.
YouTube.
You can find it on the YouTube. It was live on the television when it happened. I was going to say I did meet Fred once. I had a beer with him. That's before anybody knew of his heinous crimes, so to speak. Number 23, that is Carol Kirkwood. Number 24 is Des Coleman. Yes, he made some kind of political statement about a court case or something, and he got fired. Whether it's been reinstated or it's all been cleared up, I don't know. If you search for Des Coleman, you'll be able to see for yourself. Number 25, that's Ian McCaskill. Number 26 is John Ketley. John Ketley is the weatherman, the weatherman, the weatherman. John Ketley is the weatherman, and so is Michael Fish. Number 27, Michael Fish. I think it was about 1987 when he made his famous gaffe. Although people have looked at the technology since then and decided that he wouldn't actually, in those days, have any way of knowing it was the best prediction they had. So it wasn't his fault.
He works for Knox TV now.
Michael Fish.
No, Des Coleman lives in. He's from Littleover. In Derby.
Yeah, it's from near here, I think.
And he used to be an actor in EastEnders.
He did, yes. Des Coleman was in EastEnders, I remember now.
And he's done a bit of singing.
So 27, there's Michael Fish. 28, appropriate name, that's Sarah Blizzard. Or
Sarah. Or Sarah Blizzard.
Sarah, yeah, that's why I spelt it with an A and not an AH. So Sarah, I'll have to pronounce it Blizzard then, I suppose. Sarah Blizzard.
Oh, I think he does it for. I think he presents for the ITV news now.
Question number 29, that's Sian Lloyd. She was on for a long time. Finally, the dude with the fringe, that's Thomas Schaffenacker. I'm not even going to pronounce that properly, but it's something like that. Yeah, Thomas Schaffenacker. And Thomas is spelt with a Thomas. So there we go. There's your answers for the first 3 rounds. I'm going to go straight into the Marmite round now. And where are we? Right, here we go. And as always, it's time for the Marmite round. Helen wrote this earlier. We were wondering what to do. Well, you're either going to love it or hate it. That's why it's the Marmite round. Today, I'm going to read you out a list of some celebrities. All you've got to do is decide which one is older. Self-explanatory. Which one's older? Number 31, Katy Perry or Taylor Swift? Which one's older? Katy Perry or Taylor Swift? Question number 32, Kim Kardashian or Kanye West? I always pronounce his name wrong. So 32, Kim Kardashian, no problem pronouncing that, or Kanye West. Which one is older? Number 33, Scarlett Johansson or Anne Hathaway? Which one's older? Scarlett Johansson or Anne Hathaway? Number 34, Brad Pitt or Ben Stiller? Who is older, Brad Pitt or Ben Stiller? I'm not sure about the pronunciation of the next one either. Question number 35, Angelina Jolie or Amy Poehler? How do you spell that? Poehler.
Poehler.
Okay, so who is older, Angelina Jolie or Amy Poehler? Question number 36, Selena Gomez or Kylie Jenner? Who is older? If you want to be clever, you could have done who is younger. Question number 36, Selena Gomez or Kylie Jenner? Number 37, Ariana Grande or Cardi B? Number 37, Ariana Grande or Cardi B? I don't know if the B stands for anything or whether it's just B. Number 38, Tina Fey or Nicole Kidman? Who is older, Tina Fey or Nicole Kidman? Number 39, Tina Fey. No, that was number 38. So number 38 is Tina Fey or Nicole Kidman. Number 39 is Natalie Portman or Reese Witherspoon. Reese. And it's Witherspoon, not Weatherspoon. Thinking about the pub again. So 39, Natalie Portman or Reese Witherspoon. Finally for this round, number 40, Britney Spears or Christina Aguilera? Who's older, Britney Spears or Christina Aguilera? That's the end of that one. Now I'll give you a moment to think about that. There you go, that's your moment. We're going to move on to the final round, which is the music round. Today's theme is Finish the Lyrics, so it looks like I'm going to read you some lyrics, miss out a word, and you just have to fill in the missing word, or two.
We'll go blank. And
Okay, I'll give it a try with the first one and see if we can do it. Because this is Thriller Night, and no one's gonna save you from the blank about to strike. Of course, that was from Michael Jackson's Thriller.
well done. You don't need to tell them the title. You don't want to. Yeah, make it easier.
Yeah, I'll tell you the title to make it easier. Because this is Thriller Night, and no one's gonna save you from the blank about to strike. Number 42, this is Blink 182, All the Small Things. Always I know you'll be at my show, watching, wailing, blank. Always I know. So number 42, always I know you'll be at my show, watching, wailing, blank. I think this might work better if we played the song and then just press stop and you have to write what comes next. We don't have the copyright permission to do that. Number 43, do you ever feel like a plastic bag drifting through the wind, wanting to blank blank? That's from Katy Perry Firework. Do you ever feel like a plastic bag drifting through the wind, wanting to blank blank? And number 44, this is Lady Gaga, or Gaga. Well, she's named after the Queen song, and they sing Radio Gaga. They don't sing Radio Gaga. Yeah, it's by Lady Gaga, and it's Bad Romance. I want your ugly, I want your disease, I want your everything, as long as it's blank. So 44, I want your ugly, I want your disease, I want your everything, as long as it's blank. Number 45, this is Beyonce, Single Ladies Put a Ring on It. She never says what. Up in the club, just broke up, I'm doing my own, blank, blank. Up in the club, I just broke up, I'm doing my own, blank, blank. Okay, finally, the last question of today's quiz. As always, I'm going to read you out some lyrics. All you have to do is decide the title of the song, the artist, the year it was released, was it a UK number one, yes or no, and the film which it was either a soundtrack to or featured very heavily in. We love to boogie, we love to boogie. Jitterbug boogie, bowlin' pretty boogie. We love to boogie on a Saturday night. So we want the song title, the artist, the year released, was it a UK number one, yes or no, and the film that it's come from. We love to boogie, we love to boogie. Jitterbug boogie, bowlin' pretty boogie. We love to boogie on a Saturday night. There's a few clues in those lyrics. And I nearly said bogey. Right, I'm going to give you a couple of minutes to go through all of that lot. Then I'll be back with the answers and the all-important beer draw. See you shortly. But if you want any repeating or anything, let us know in the comments. And I mean, once I've started reading them out, I can't do it. So let us know beforehand. Now there is sound. Right, we've just been having a little discussion, and we think there might be 2 quizzes left. One on Sunday coming, and then the last one on Wednesday. Because well, on the Saturday the pub's open again. I'm going to ask your opinion. If you want us to continue doing them, then we'll continue doing them. Again, I think the last one's going to be next Wednesday. That's going to be the last one where we're going to give the pub's beer away. But we will continue doing the quizzes if people want us to, basically.
That might be once a week.
Yeah, it might be once a week. We'll play it by ear and see what happens. Right, here's the answers to the Marmite round, which was who's older. Number 31 was Katy Perry or Taylor Swift. The answer's Katy Perry. We don't have the exact age. Number 32, Kim Kardashian or Kanye West. That's Kanye West, he's older. 33, Scarlett Johansson or Anne Hathaway. That's Anne Hathaway. 34, Brad Pitt or Ben Stiller. That's Brad Pitt. 35, Angelina Jolie or Amy Poehler. Poehler. It's Amy. Amy P, we'll call her. Sorry, Amy P. I've never heard your name pronounced, so I can't pronounce it. Number 36, Selena Gomez or Kylie Jenner. That's Selena Gomez. 37, Ariana Grande or Cardi B. That's Cardi B. 38, Tina Fey or Nicole Kidman. That's Nicole Kidman. 39, Natalie Portman or Reese Witherspoon. That's Reese Witherspoon. And finally, number 40, Britney Spears or Christina Aguilera. It is Christina Aguilera. And moving on to the music ones, I've got to read all these again now, haven't I? It was called Finish the Lyrics. Number 41 was from Michael Jackson's Thriller. Because this is Thriller Night, and no one's gonna save you from the blank, and the blank was Beast. At number 41, the answer was Beast. 42 was Blink 182, and All the Small Things. Always I know you'll be at my show, watching, wailing, commiserating. So commiserating is the answer. Number 43, that's from Katy Perry's Firework. Do you ever feel like a plastic bag drifting through the wind, wanting to blank blank? That's Start Again. Answer to 43, Start Again. Number 44 is from Lady Gaga's Bad Romance. I want your ugly, I want your disease, I want your everything, as long as it's blank, which is free. So 44 is free. Number 45 was from Beyonce, Single Ladies Put a Ring on It. Up in the club, just broke up, I'm doing my own blank blank, which is Little Thing. So the answer to 45 is Little Thing. And finally, number 46, worth 5 points. We want to know the title, the artist, the year of release, was it a UK number 1, yes or no, and the film. We Love to Boogie, We Love to Boogie, Jitterbug Boogie, Bolin, Pretty Boogie. We Love to Boogie on a Saturday Night. Well, the title was I Love to Boogie. It mentioned Mark Bolan's name in there, so the artist, that's T-Rex. The year was 1976. Was it to UK number 1? No, it wasn't. It got to number 13. And more recently, it was featured in the film Billy Elliot. Well done if you got that. Right, if you're leaving us now, have a good night. We'll be back on Sunday with another mystery prize. Don't know what it is yet because it's a mystery. For those of you who are sticking around, we're going to do the all-important beer draw, and then we'll read out some of your scores if you send them to us.
Okay, so we've got 12 in there today.
There we go. Who is going to win the beer? Win the beer. Win the beer.
Number 7.
Number 7 is Maria.
Maria Fletcher.
Maria Fletcher has won the beer. Not for the first time, I believe.
No, I think that's the second time.
We have got a spreadsheet which has got all the winners listed on there. Obviously, if you go to collect your beer, you will need to take some kind of ID. Otherwise, anybody could turn up and pretend to be you, and you would lose the beer, which is quite frankly disastrous. So just take a bit of ID, either get it as takeaway or when the lockdown's done, which is a week on Friday. Well, yeah, a week on Saturday, should I say. We don't know exactly how it's going to work like, but we will see.
Go for a pub crawl in Hucknall.
Yeah, go for a mini Hucknall pub crawl.
Well, she's won twice, so that's £8.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, you've got 8 pints you've won before. So if you'd like to send us your scores, we'll read a few out. Otherwise, have a good night, and we'll see you on Sunday.
Okay.
If you want to sit a bit closer so people can hear, I'll turn the mic up a bit.
So Nobby got 36.
36.
Matt and Darren got 31. Maria got 37, and thanks for another beer.
37 and some beer. Yes, Matt, remind me about the boot. Otherwise I forget. It's still here on the table.
Every week Maria and Sarah have a competition. Last week I think Maria won. This week Sarah's won, and they seem to have one difference. So Sarah got 38 and Maria 37 this week.
Did anybody get the first weather presenter?
I have no idea. Kieran got 35. John and Emma 31. Carl got 36.
All the scores are very similar, which
Yeah,
is good because it seems like we've done a well balanced quiz.
It's quite difficult for people, I think. Lisa 33. Oh, Woody got 40. Wow.
Oh, we have a top scorer there, Woody. Well done.
Oh. Yeah, please do let us know if you want us to carry on after. And we will try our best to do something. Nick said he got 26. On the first 2 rounds, he got 19 out of 20, so the last 3 rounds were abysmal. Oh, ouch.
To be fair, I wouldn't have done very well on the last 2, certainly. The weather presenters, well, I did the round, so I don't know how I would have done.
Marianne got 36, that's a good score. Matt got 28. Maria says she didn't get the weather percentage, so I don't know if anybody got the weather percentage, really.
No, I did have a picture of him, and the idea was for me to read out the answers, including him, and then he would appear in the picture round, but when I loaded the presentation, it disappeared.
Mm.
Maybe I'd saved him as a wrong file or in the wrong place.
Mm.
Yeah, cheers, Matt. I'll come and drop your boot off.
Okay.
Yeah, once again, thanks everybody. We'll see you Sunday.
Bye-bye.
Good night. I'll leave you with the food bank details for anybody who's still there. I'll turn the sound off first, otherwise that's a bit weird.